Wait, what? What do you want me to do? Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Wait, am I still recording?
Yeah, keep going.
All right, fantastic. Well, you can tell I've never done that before because that's usually Mr. Hagedorn's job. And that's why I'm here first. Mr. O first is going to put Mr. Hagedorn's math hat on. I'm going to read directly from my text, so I apologize. In Math 6 next week, they will be talking about simplifying expressions. We will then be working on practice problems and a study guide for our Unit 6 mid-unit major on Friday. In 6 plus, they'll be starting our new unit on proportional relationships and percentages next week. They'll be talking about ratios involving fractions and continue to talk about percentages. All that math talk got me tired. For science, we just ended soil conservation today. We tested our soil scenarios. That was pretty interesting. A lot of victories from the students. I thought there was going to be more collapses, but there wasn't. Next week, we're going to be starting with flowers. Always an interesting unit about reproduction of flowers. We're going to learn about why that pollen will be coming next week and then in weeks to come. It's actually a perfect time to teach the unit because it's about as real as it's going to be. We're going to talk about the parts of the flower, what they do, and then we'll get into different processes of plants that enhance their survival rates, like photosynthesis and cellular respiration. And I'm going to turn it over to ELA. Have a wonderful weekend.
All right, OWL families, it's Miss Pedersen with your ELA update. We have finished reading Flush and we have written our end of unit mini essay that happened in class this week. Some students still are going to work next week on typing those final drafts, and I will work with them individually. So if your kiddo needs to finish that, we'll get to that next week. Monday, we are taking our end of novel assessment, so make sure they come to school with their copy of Flush. And then we're moving into Unit 3, where we will create a consumer guide about overfishing and ways that we can help prevent overfishing. So that's what we have coming up in the next couple of weeks. Hope you have a great weekend.
All right, social studies time. Real quick, because we're in the middle of economics. We've been talking about the basic economic terms like resources, natural resources, human resources, capital resources. We've been talking about the different types of economics like command economies and communism, market economies, mixed economies, traditional economies. And now we're starting to move into our unit on the history of trade. And so we've been doing some things around Mesopotamia today, and we're going to do a game where they're trading things like these pottery cards and grain cards to help their city-state develop. We're going to get into the Silk Road and the trade networks around Asia and Africa and Europe. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about a couple of other historic kind of things in the next 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks left of this unit. And then we're going to get into social structures, the different way we kind of level people throughout history. So don't forget, we still have a few people that have picture packets out there. They either need to return the pictures or the money in the next couple of days. Check Power Schools. Make sure you got everything turned in. And Mr. L has a real quick announcement for you before we go.
Sorry, I completely forgot. At the end of next week, we're going to be doing a flower dissection. So I'll be looking for donations of lily flowers. I'll also be sending the talking points about it, but I'll be needing lily flowers or azalea flowers for next Friday. I'll send a message. Thank you for helping in advance.
Bye.